Welcome back to the garage. I know it's been a couple days. We are about to start doing some work. We got a couple things we need to do today. We're gonna try to get done anyways. I don't really know what all we're gonna get done, but if you guys tuned in on last video at the end, you heard me talking about we are gonna be racing Mason's truck in a local event. We are not gonna go to the ODSS Virginia race. We don't really have the truck where we want it to be, and we probably honestly won't go to another ODSS event until this truck will consistently make back-to-back passes and we know it's reliable. The last couple races we went to, it's pretty much like we're just guessing the whole time and we're just hope for the best, and it's just frustrating and it's kind of a waste of money to spend the money and fuel and go do that and then not be able to have the truck perform like you want it to. So we're just going to take the time and get this truck really dialed in. We do want to try to get it done for the race this weekend, so hopefully nothing's too scabbed together for that. But we are in the process currently of pulling, and excuse the shop being a mess, I'm just trying to clean up and get rid of some stuff. We're pulling the overdrive housing off the truck. We have to redo the timing, and then we need to change the intercooler, which will have the whole front end off to do the timing. I mean, we don't have to, but we're going to do it that way because to get this intercooler out, the bumper's gonna have to come off. So that's what we have to do there. I don't know how much of that I'm gonna record in this video, maybe the next one. But the main priority today is getting the transmission pulled out of this truck. It is a 04, I believe, Dodge, 2500 Cummins, 5.9 liter, has the 48 transmission. In the last video you saw, we picked it up. That was Sunday, today's Friday. And I'm gonna start pulling the transmission out of this thing. We think it's got a broken input shaft. So yeah, we're gonna just start pulling the transmission out and see if we can assess the damage, see if we can fix it. Hopefully that's what it is. Hopefully we can just stick another input shaft in it and it's good to go and we can send it down the road. But it just really depends. I am gonna try to record a little bit of that because I've only really done second gens. So yeah, I'm gonna try to record some of this so you guys can see if you ever need to change the transmission or take it out, have it rebuilt, whatever. In your third gen, it is kind of hard to record here, so it'll kind of be in steps. I'll just update you for the most part along the way. I'll just show you here. Okay guys, so now we are underneath the truck down here in the pit. So the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to pull these drive shafts out. So the first step you're going to do, you're going to take your drive shafts out. There's 4 bolts on the drive shaft up here, and there's 4 right here. It looks like on this one we should be able to get those out. Normally these are a Torx bit, and they normally just strip out, so you end up having to cut them and then get them out that way, but we'll be able to get those out fine. If not, a lot of times you can just unbolt it from right there and just let it hang out right there, but it's going to be in the way and I can get it out, so I'll just take it out. Your next step, you're going to want to take your trans mount out, unplug all your sensors and everything, get your lines off the side. It just takes 2 wrenches to get the lines off. I got a message. So you'll take your transmission mount out, you'll take this, unplug all this stuff, and then there's 4 bolts here. You can see right there. You'll take the 4 bolts that hold your transfer case to the transmission off, and then I'll try to remember to catch up whenever we get to that point. So I'll do that now. We'll get the drive shafts out, the mount out, and the transfer case off, and then we'll move on from there. Okay guys, so now we're currently at the process of just have transmission bolts and the lines left. Wait to do those last because it's just gonna sit there and drip on you. I got the transfer case out right here. Yeah, so now I've just got this line here. There's 6 bolts that go all the way around the transmission. Maybe there's 8. Normally you'll go up in here and take this little spacer plate off and then turn the engine over and take all 6 torque converter bolts out. Since the input shaft's probably broken in this, probably not even gonna mess with doing that. I'll just let the converter hang on the flex plate and pull the trans back. I will make sure that it's not like the flex plates broke first or something stupid like that, because that'd be awesome if it was just like a broken flex plate. But yeah, that's really the next step. I'm just gonna go ahead and get this thing yanked down. All right, let's fast forward a little bit. So we were right. Input shaft is absolutely destroyed. Let me get some better light over here real quick. Yeah, that is not good. And most of it's up in the converter still. I got a lot of it picked out by hand, but I don't know how much of it I'll be able to get out, which sucks because that's a gear end converter, which is a really good converter. Yeah, I don't really know what all this is going to entail. I did pull the pan to drain the fluid, and I didn't see that anything got into the pan, so I don't know. But yeah, so now we got this out, so we'll have to just start getting it put back together and getting this fixed, and then seeing what route we're going to go. You can just see that's just chilling in there. The stator's broke. It's going to need a pump and new input shaft before we can put it back in. But yeah, Mason just got here, brought his new brought his new intercooler over for the truck. It's all welded. It's the same size as stock, but it's completely welded, so it should be able to handle a lot more boost. This thing looks sweet. All welded through here. Still got the brackets for the transcooler and everything already on it, ready to go. Got it on eBay. We'll see how it holds up. A lot cheaper than the other options out there. Some of the intercoolers were close to $1,000, and yeah, they were bigger, but I don't know why this wouldn't work. It looks like whoever's building these has a lot of time and they know what they're doing. You can see all the welds on it. I should have no problem holding up. Probably just leave it the color that it is before we put it in. Performance radiator. Heck yeah. Alright guys, so there you can see the stock intercooler. And here's the aftermarket intercooler. I'll go ahead and get side by side real quick. As far as the size goes, it's the same size pretty much, but it's all welded, so I mean it's still an upgrade. It's going to be a lot stronger. Good supporting mod. Did get the front end all ripped off the truck so we can retime it. It's not really 100% necessary, but I'm not going to sit here and fight working in a spot this big when you can just go ahead and pull the radiator out. Just got to drain the coolant. So we got that off there. We are going to time the truck at about 24 degrees. I'll show you guys how we're going to do that. Probably in the next video. So yeah, we also got the overdrive housing off of the truck. We're trying to figure out what's going on with it. I can't really find anything wrong with it, so I don't know, we're kind of at a loss at this point. Here is the converter out of that black 3rd gen. You can see down in there that input shaft is completely destroyed. I mean, the converter's trashed. It'll have to be cut open and re-cleaned. You guys can see there's part of it there. Okay guys, it's the next day now. I do want to kind of explain where I'm at. So I've got the valve cover off of the truck. I've got this little extension stuck down here to find top dead center. And I'm on top dead center. I'm on top dead center on my pump. I've got the pump pin timed. So come over here onto this engine cover here. This pump was pin timed at 13.5 degrees. So what I'm going to have to do to advance the timing in this is, now this is not the 100% correct way to do this, disclaimer. I'm not responsible for any damages that happen if you try to do this yourself. The right way to do this would be to buy the tool that goes in the delivery valve. It's a dial indicator. We have one, but really we're just not really 100% sure on how to use it yet. Still learning and stuff. So anyways, what we're gonna do on this, the engine's at top dead center, the pump's at top dead center, it's pin timed. You guys should know how to do that if you're gonna try to do this. So with it pin timed, I have this little piece of wire here I'm gonna stick down where it's almost touching the harmonic balancer, and it's not gonna move. So what I'll do, I'm at top dead on both, and then I'm gonna take this injection pump nut loose, and I'm gonna pop that gear off. So the pump is still at top dead center, but the gear is not hooked up. So that means that the engine can spin freely, but the gear is not gonna move. It's still at top dead center. Then I'm going to turn the engine, if you're facing it, counterclockwise. Basically, I want this to go counterclockwise to advance the timing. So I'll go, say I want to do 5 degrees, and I'm gonna do 7 degrees is what we're gonna add. And I've read on the forums, that's about a 1/2 inch exactly on this harmonic balancer. Okay, so what we're gonna do, Now, I was reading on the internet, and the internet never lies, but I've seen on a couple of the forums that 1/4 of an inch on this harmonic balancer is 3.5 degrees. So if I have this 1/2 inch piece of tape here and I retard the engine 1/2 an inch, then I'm adding 7 degrees timing advanced. Now we need to go counterclockwise and we need to pass it, and then we need to go back. You need to be turning the engine in the direction that it would spin whenever you line up with the other side of this, so that way you take all the gear lash out. So what we'll do is we'll knock this pump gear loose, and then we're going to turn the engine counterclockwise, and then we'll turn it clockwise until this piece of wire here is perfectly on this side of the tape, and then we'll lock the pump gear back down. Okay guys, so now you can see we have the pump gear nut back on. We ended up turning the engine over to past that side of the tape, and then back to it perfectly on that side of it. So that should in theory add 7 degrees timing, from what I've been reading online, and the internet never lies. So this is the tool we use to pull the gear. This is just a harmonic balancer puller. Yeah, I mean, it works great as opposed to spending like $100 on one. You can just get these at O'Reilly's for about $10, and these will pull P7100 pump gear. Just stick these 2 bolts in it on each side, and then you can pull the pump gear off. So that makes it really nice and easy. So now we're just going to put the front end back together and get the new intercooler on it. Mason's probably not going to do anything. Okay guys, now we got the new intercooler put back on. We went ahead and touched up the trans cooler with some black spray paint, make her look nice and fresh. Got the intercooler put on. We're probably going to put some kind of design out here, something. Got the boots all hooked up. Now we just got to put the radiator back in it, and then the bumper and the core support here. This radiator fits really nice. It's tight, but it's...
Yeah, it's a nice radiator.
I'm sorry, intercooler. But looks like it fits pretty good. Shouldn't give us any issues. Should be able to hold the boost this thing's putting out. Should make a lot more power. I mean, I'm just really disappointed in the amount of power that we were missing out on, probably by having that timing. So
I think it was home uniform.
You think the intercooler was the issue too? Probably. Missing out on a lot of boost. So hopefully we can get the overdrive housing back today and get it put back on the trans, and try to see if we can get this thing. Well, we won't be able to start it yet, but the lines are on the way. Should have those Monday. New Scheid 84 lines, the same ones that are on my truck. We were gonna go pick them up, but they didn't have them in stock, so we had to order them. Yeah, other than that, I think that's about it. All right, guys, we got the truck, the front end put back together. We got the intercooler on. We made a sweet little stencil. And Mason is underneath the truck right now, putting the overdrive housing back on the trans. Got it rebuilt. Just laying, and you guys can see all the floor drives just laying in like a pig. And yeah, I just got to put this fan back on. We got the truck timed at 21.5 degrees, and we may try to drive it later on today. I don't know, it just depends what all we get done. Well, you go ahead and just give us a little tutorial on the new lines. P-pump 24 valve lines. Yeah, these are the Scheid 84 lines. We'll go to put these on. We'll take all these little support brackets that hold the lines together. We'll just go through and take every single one of them loose, just so that way you can tweak the lines. And then we'll go through and we'll put all these on tight, get them nice and tight like they're gonna be. And then we'll go through and tighten all these down. That will prevent these from ever cracking over time and make them last a lot longer. So we'll take all of them loose, put them on the truck, tighten them all down, and we're good. Mason's going to blow it up.
What are you doing?
Wonder where that could be from.
Well guys, we're currently still without overdrive. We're thinking it's the speed sensor in the transmission. It's the only thing that hasn't changed. Hopefully we're crossing fingers that's gonna fix it. If not, we're gonna try to run it to a toggle switch, see if that'll do it, and if it's not that, then it's gotta be some type of blockage somewhere inside the transmission. We really don't know for sure yet. We will hopefully know in the next video. So if you guys like the video, hit that like button, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.